Hello guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm doing a review on Transformers The Last Knight Hot Rod. This is part of the Walmart exclusive toy line, Autobots Unite, and so it's got that different style of packaging. People are wondering, hey, why is Bumblebee on the forefront when that's not the toy included? I think that's just the style for the Autobots Unite toy line, so I wouldn't look too much into it, but there you go. Anyways, Hot Rod transforms into a Lamborghini, and he looks pretty cool. I love the deco on this with the darker color. It might be a very dark brown, or it is black. I don't know. He's also got the red. Now, before I say anything about this toy, we gotta mention Lockdown. Lockdown was not a good toy for the Age of Extinction line. And this is a remold of Lockdown, despite the fact that people tried to say otherwise. It is a remold of Lockdown. They share parts, and their transformation style is basically the same. But this is way better because the alt mode looks like what it's supposed to be. Lockdown had this brown Lamborghini with blue windows and open windows on the side. It didn't really make sense. It didn't look good. This looks good because it looks like what it's supposed to be. Now, the back of this does not have any paint applications, but it looks very good. I love the molding on that. The tires are nice. It's very low to the ground. I love the styling of it. And, yeah, I love the front of this, too. I think this is a very good alt mode for Hot Rod. Might not be in the accurate color scheme, from the classic version, but doesn't matter to me. I mean, they're going to change it up, and so, you know, whatever. Transparent plastic on the headlights, on the stuff windows back here, and of course the windows themselves. So you got a little bit of red right here, you got red at the bottom here, you got an Autobot logo on the side that does not match the other side. And sometimes you'll find that these sides don't want to tab in. And I had that problem before I filmed this review, and a couple of times beforehand, but for the most part, it seems to be fine. So Lockdown does not come with the weapon, so you don't get weapon storage. You don't even get a hole to plug on a weapon, which I find odd. But, yeah, that's unfortunate, because I feel like Hot Rod should come with a weapon. Unfortunately, he just does not. Alt mode size comparison, because I don't normally do this, but I had Bumblebee and Cogman in the alt modes anyways. So let's take a look at Cogman. They're relatively the same size. Cogman is a little bit taller. And then with Bumblebee, I thought Bumblebee was a way smaller toy. Hot Rod seems to be wider. Yes, he is quite a bit wider. But as far as how long, Bumblebee is longer, and how tall, Bumblebee is definitely taller. I'll try to zoom out for a better comparison on that. You can't really see it, but as I'm looking at it, you're just going to have to take my say on that. But, yep. So that came as a surprise. Anyways, let's go ahead and transform Hot Rod. Anyways, transformation is basically the same thing as Lockdown, but there are some new tricks to this. You want to pull these out, and sometimes they'll just completely pop off. You can plug them back on, like so. And then untab the sides here. They untab from here and untab from here. So pull that down and then swing that out, like so. And just leave them out to the side. There is a double joint. There's a ball joint right here and a hinge right inside there. I'm going to try and raise the camera just a bit so we get an easier time with that. Bring over the light. You can see the joint there, and then the ball joint. You want to bring this down like so. Do the same thing to the other side. And then take the legs and pop them out. Bring them down like so. And then you want to take this part of the front and pop that down. It's easier if you just pull from that, I guess. But anyways, you basically want to do that. And then extend this off and out like that. Rotate this section around. And then you want to rotate the head around. bring this down from that joint, and then bring this up. And the reason why you want to do that, and this will plug into place, is because you can take these sections right here and bring them in to the body, and that helps make a slimmer shape. You don't really need to do that, and if you do, you have to remember to take them out when you're transforming it into the alt mode, but you can do that. I've seen some people try to bring those in first and then bring this in. You don't want to do that, because you might break it. So, bring this back and then cover these up, and there you go. Before we bring back the body, I want to take this windscreen section, pop that out like so, bring this around, and this is very tight right here, but you want to pop that in place, and I'm so scared that I'm going to break that. And then you can see, let's zoom in again, there's this tab right there that will go into this gap right there. And you want to bring that down and connect that into place like so. Take the chest, swing him up, separate the legs like so, they tab into here, flip up the feet, rotate the legs like so. And this is my favorite part of the transformation because I did not like Lockdown's arms. I thought that was probably the worst part of that figure, and they have completely improved it. So you want to take this, rotate it completely around, and bring this out like so. Now, it is chunky, it is a little more kibbly, but it looks so much better in my personal opinion. And there is the Hot Rod figure in his robot mode. And he's not perfect, but taking from the Lockdown figure, he looks golden compared to the original toy. He's got the face of, something. That's not really a pretty face. I will say they did a pretty good job on the toy itself. I think the molding is good and the painting is nice, but it's just an ugly face in general. But for what it's worth, I think they deserve a pat on the back. You do have pretty much the missiles from Lockdown because they use the exact same joint. This is the same joint from Lockdown. I believe the joint connecting the ball joints are the same. A lot of the hinges inside the body are the exact same. The hinges right here for the legs are the exact same. And then down here is the exact same from the Lockdown figure. So yeah, a lot has changed, but a lot is the same. This giant bar right here is different, although it does have a very similar transformation to that Lockdown figure. Now, people speculated that this was not from Lockdown because the torso was a lot longer and he was a much taller figure. Let me explain that, and I'll untransform this a bit, just so that people realize what's going on here. When you have this transform, this all collapses into place. So they can get away with making a taller figure. All they have to do is change the length of this piece, and in doing so, they have to also change the length of this piece, because this all just collapses in on itself. So that's how they're able to get away with that. And I believe that's also how he's got a longer alt mode compared to the Lockdown figure. I know I'm comparing him a lot to that figure, but oh man, it's just what they improve on with this guy is unbelievable. Still not a perfect figure by any means, but definitely an improvement. In fact, I have the Lockdown figure beside me, and we'll bring him out, and he is much shorter. So thank you for that little bit of torso transformation. And the arms just, they suck on this toy. Let's see, the coloring. What the hell's with the coloring? Even the hood section is a lot better on this toy, because they raise it up, thanks to that extensive bar. So he doesn't look like he's got a big rump. But again, the legs are pretty much the same. In fact, I actually think, nope, these are the same. The feet are the same. I don't know why they didn't swap out the feet, because that is something that they definitely changed on the Hot Rod. as far as the CGI design is concerned, so I really don't understand that, but everything else, I mean, my god, it's like day and night. So again, Hot Rod does not have any weapons, and considering the price point and the fact that he's an exclusive, I feel like he should have come with something. If not his slow-mo gun, he has a secondary gun, or both. You know, that would be cool, but at least one gun would be cool. Which, I'm glad to say, I made, before this toy got released, my own custom slow-mo gun based on the movie. It's not a perfect gun, but, you know, it's a lot better than, nothing. And you can plug that into the hand, and there you go. Please don't ask for a tutorial. I'm bad at those. But yeah, I think that is nice and a huge improvement. The only problem with the gun is posing him, because the posability is not that great. I don't know if it's because he comes off the lockdown figure, but head articulation is fine. You know, it's average. You don't really get a lot of lift in that, but whatever. Ball joint in the shoulders, but they're very restricted due to the backpack, so you can't really go out and in. Elbow joints, because of the transformation, even though I really do like the transformation in these, you only go so far as to up there. And, yeah, that's not far. I would like to see more articulation, and it gets even worse or better when you rotate the elbow. I guess if you open that up, you could probably get a bit more, but, yeah, it's not much. As far as the legs are concerned, they click into place, and it's a very strong click. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you can use that out and in. Let's see, knee articulation, rotation, and foot articulation. So he's got the joints, but he's very restricted due to what's going on with the toy. And, of course, he falls over, too. I don't have the Bumblebee in robot mode, so I can't really compare him to that. But all I'll say is, if you like the Lockdown, then you're gonna love this, because he's definitely better. But I would say go after the third-party ones that are coming out. Unless you want a Lockdown, a Hot Rod that's closer to the scale of the Deluxes and Voyagers and whatnot, because obviously those new third-party ones coming out is most likely not going to be in the same scale as this. Those are going to be, as far as I heard, Masterpiece scale Transformers. I don't think he's really bad, but I don't think he's for everyone. So, you know, I can't really say I recommend him. All I'll say is I enjoy him. He's an average figure. If you are able to build him a weapon or give him a weapon, I'd say, you know, that is definitely the thing you want to do. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And I'll see you guys